Very few accolades come with as much immediate prestige as a future rising star winning the Rookie of the Year award. It's the ultimate validation of a first-year player putting their draft class on the map, looking to elevate their status into all-star material or even become a future MVP candidate. Today's NBA ain't the 1960s no more, where a rookie can just come in, also win MVP their first year. Happened twice, but not since '69. Very rarely will you see a 22-year-old become a number 1 pick, put up superstar numbers, unless you're playing under unique circumstances such as Tim Duncan promising his mom he'll complete his college degree when he could have easily still been a top pick the season before or even 2 years before. Right now, all eyes are on San Antonio's Victor Wembanyama, exceeding all expectations, even finished second place for Defensive Player of the Year at 20 years old. But for classes without a generational prospect, winning the Rookie Award sets the bar incredibly high. The pressure to perform and develop heading into years 2 and 3 often carries too much of a heavy burden, while other players they won the award over continues to get better and at times even surpass the rookie winner. Let's dive into some of the most controversial Rookie of the Year winners whose career took unexpected turns, making many question whether they truly deserve the award. Even some of the voters likely regret their decisions. Seeing how their careers turned out, starting with 1957, Tommy Heinsohn over Bill Russell. Missed the 11 rings, became the greatest winner in all of professional team sports. Obviously the way more superior player, put up numbers of 15 and 20. Heinsohn, the power forward, 16 and 10, played all 72 games. Russell just 48 contests, didn't join the Celtics till December due to competing in the '56 Olympic Games in Melbourne, winning gold. Heinsohn played those 24 games, put up 14.3 points, but when the 6'10 defensive monster stepped foot in the league, was absolutely the better player. In Tall Tales, Jim Luskasov stated that the only reason for Tommy winning the award, played a full season, one of the rare trophies Russell didn't win, and it wasn't his fault. Bill Reynolds wrote, Russell suggested that race was the reason he never gotten the award, also never won College Player of the Year. Teammate Bob Cousy won MVP, but Russell himself even earned 2 Most Valuable Player votes, Heinsohn 0. Both played their entire careers with the Celtics. Russell lasted 4 more seasons, won 5 league MVPs, doubled the amount of All-Stars, made 11 All-NBA teams, Heinsohn 4, 2 of the greatest rookie duels the league's ever witnessed on the same team. Heinsohn was indeed the best player. Game 7 1957 finals, tallying 37 points, 23 rebounds, while Russell retired, disassociating himself with the Celtics, dealt with race tensions during his time. Heinsohn became a longtime broadcaster, involved with the franchise at some capacity for a remarkable 8 decades until his passing. Dave Cowens and Jeff Petrie being the first co-Rookie of the Year only happened a total of 3 instances, the 29-win Blazers and the 44-win Celtics. The shooting guard only had a 6-year career, in fact peaked entirely his rookie season, becoming known as one of the best players to never even play in the postseason game. 4 of the 5 rookie finalists eventually made the Hall of Fame, except for Petrie himself, sadly ended up with chronic knee problems, derailing his career, retired age 28. The Blazers, then led by superstar Bill Walton, led the franchise to the title after Petrie stepped away from the game. Cowens, on the other hand, retired with a league MVP, 2-time NBA champ, top 75 player, being undersized at the 5 at 6'9", his hustle and work ethic squeezed every ounce of his greatness. Also an 8-time All-Star and still in the conversation as top 10 center all-time. Petrie did, however, become a terrific GM with Sacramento during their prime years. 1987, Chuck Person of the Indiana Pacers won it over Cleveland's Ron Harper. Neither won in the Hall of Fame or even made one All-Star team. The 4th and 8th picks, Harper the way more accomplished and better career, accepting to fully transitioning his style of play and sacrificing big numbers, becoming part of 5 championship teams. Before joining the Bulls in 94-95, Ron averaged 19.3 points, 5 and 5, 2 steals and a block, also tore his ACL after traded to the Clippers, being one of the most switchable point guards, similar to Drew Holiday and Jason Kidd, having Sean Livingston type intangibles. His scoring and versatility trumps Person's first 8 seasons. Chuck with a huge offensive efficiency advantage, but after 95, Harper the way more memorable career and still elite defensively. While Chuck's numbers dipped and slowly faded out of the league, injuries and inconsistent defense limited his ceiling. Indiana excelled to another level after Person was traded. Larry Johnson vs. Dikembe Mutombo, 1992. Winner Graham Mama, first pick out of UNLV, undersized 6'7" power forward, was supposed to become a superstar in the league, the original Zion. After making second team All-NBA in year 2, hurt his back, never quite the same, while the 7'2" shot blocking specialist lasted almost 500 more career games than his draft mate, became an 8-time All-Star, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year winner, made 3 All-NBA teams, becoming the best player in his draft, also strangely, even named an All-Star his very first season, and LJ, who won the award by a convincing margin, wasn't an All-Star. Given Mutombo missed 11 games and finished his season March 28 with a wrist injury, his Nuggets went 1-10 without him, created a bigger rookie race gap, but the opposite happened 31 years later, which we'll get into. Johnson also got the benefit of the doubt, riding the high waves from his UNLV seasons, while the native of the Democratic Republic of the Congo was already 25 as a rookie, encouraged to play basketball at age 16 due to his height. The two play styles couldn't have been much different than the other. Mutombo the way more impactful career. 2010 Tariq Evans winning the award over all-time great Steph Curry. 15 years after they've been picked, one of them continues to add to his NBA trophies. Many consider Curry top 10 player all time, becoming the most impactful player of his generation, while the other been banned for the league half a decade ago. It's an absolute travesty seeing Tariq Evans' name among some of the true greats of the 2010s era. Future Hall of Famers Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, the great Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy was superstar material before ruined by knee injuries, and the very good Blake Griffin, magical Kyrie Irving, and clutch Damian Lillard. Having Evans' name listed in between these greats should be absolutely illegal. That Steph Curry's name's not on this list. Known for being one of the biggest one-hit wonders all time, started out with a struggling franchise that wasn't even relevant until 2023. The team Steph Curry recorded a Game 7 all-time scoring high to eliminate, Evans joining Oscar Robertson, LeBron and Michael Jordan as the only rookies to average 25 and 5, a very competitive race. Tariq with a 67-43 edge. At first, it was Brandon Jennings versus Evans, given his 55-point game against Steph's Warriors. Both the Kings and Warriors 25 and 26 win squads. Given Sacramento's injuries to Kevin Martin, Evans put in the situation to excel, having the ball in his hands, able to hide his flaws like outside shooting and not needing to guard bigger guys. As soon as Sacramento changed their ways, moving Evans off the ball, his career went downhill. While Curry shared duties with backcourt mate Monte Ellis and also having scorer Corey Maggette, if Steph wasn't limited, no doubt he would average over 20. It was clear towards season's end, Steph had all the intangibles as a lethal shooter and smoothness improving each month, especially as a playmaker, super mature beyond his years, while Evans did most of his work in the paint using his bigger body frame, only shot 25% from deep. If it wasn't for Blake Griffin's full season injury, we wouldn't be having this discussion, as the Clippers power forward likely win the award almost unanimously. Both dealt with injuries, but Steph overcame his bad ankles, had the right players built around him. Golden State's hiring of Steve Kerr maximized Steph's strengths at the highest regards, while Evans, with his introverted personality, lost motivation for the game, was rejuvenated a bit with the 2018 Grizzlies as a 28-year-old, posted his best numbers since his rookie season, but after signing with the Pacers for 2019, had poor body language, banned for drug abuse, the only thing Steph should be banned for, abusing the net every time he shoots the ball. Had Curry been Golden State's focal point instead of Monte all this time, he likely would have gotten enough votes to edge out Evans. Michael Carter-Williams gets the nod over Victor Oladipo. Vic, obviously the better long-term player, became a two-time All-Star as he was reaching his prime. Knee injuries caused his demise. A relatively weak draft class. Giannis not developed yet. Even Trey Burke, Mason Plumlee, and Tim Hardaway Jr. had first-place votes. Grant Lance, Zach Lowe argued MCW had the better counting stats by a small margin due to him logging more minutes on a tanking roster. If Oladipo played in Philly instead of MCW, his counting numbers would likely be as good with better defense. Vic also played 80 games, Carter-Williams 10 fewer. His debut against the defending champion Heat pretty much gave him the impression that he would become the next Jason Kidd, until many realized a few years later he wasn't built like that, having a historically bad shooting season, 25% from 3. Philly even worse defensively with their 11th pick on the floor. The Magic allowed 6 fewer points per 100 possession when Vic plays. In a December contest, both became the first pair of rookies to record a triple-double in the same game. Having the keys to the offense is an absolute travesty. Carter-Williams became the third rookie to put up at least 16, 6, and 6, joining the likes of Magic Johnson and Oscar Robertson, becoming the biggest rookie empty stats king of this century. Oladipo, when healthy, good enough to make All-NBA, being the best player on a 48-win squad that took LeBron to 7. Carter-Williams, now sadly more remembered for his awful shooting and inefficiency, making him one of the worst players all time to ever win Rookie of the Year. 2017, Joel Embiid far and ahead the best player, doubling the scoring averages of 10 points Malcolm Brogdon, played 54 more games than load management Joel, who already missed his first 2 seasons. Had Embiid even played 10 more games with those same stats, the race would have likely been way closer and perhaps enough for Joel to win it. Given that Ben Simmons missed the entire season, Jaylen Brown limited on a good Boston team, and Brandon Ingram struggles, nobody would have predicted Brogdon to win the award. Even Joel's inferior teammate, Dario Saric, finished second place, averaged over 13 and 6. Everybody knew if Embiid stayed healthy, he had the chance to become the best player in the NBA. Injuries continue to be his biggest burden. Brogdon will always be remembered for winning the award, averaging the fewest points for a first-year player since the 1950s. Also never named Rookie of the Month even once. Joel and Saric won it 3 times each. If anything, 2016-17 shouldn't have had a real Rookie of the Year to begin with, given the atrocity of every rookie that season. 2018, Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell. Once upon a time, a heated rivalry. Both All-Star material led their team to the postseason. Early shades to a Magic Johnson vs. D-Wade comparison, the most intense rookie debate since LeBron vs. Melo. Because Donovan, a pure true rookie, many felt he was snubbed for the award when nobody thought Utah make the playoffs after the departure of Gordon Hayward. It's now 2024, Ben Simmons, the biggest joke in the entire NBA, hasn't gotten better, still no jump shot. Mitchell continues to be top 15 player material, a consistent all-star, top scorer for a good playoff team. Even many Nets fans forget that Ben Simmons on their team, not even a top 10 most important player on his roster. Mitchell having multiple 50-point playoff games, Simmons might not last another 50 NBA games after 2025. Became one of the biggest fall-offs in recent times. Had Donovan been a rookie any other class, he easily win the award 85% of times. But Simmons, with just his physical talents alone, already made him a top 15 player. Now given how one possession destroyed his career, likely on his way out of the league, has nobody to feel bad for but himself. LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards. Despite Melo missing 21 games, Edwards missed none. It's an absolute travesty. Ball, given the hype since he was 14 years old, the marketing genius of LeVar and brother Lonzo, had the media members vote for him over the not as hyped but more talented Anthony Edwards. In many player rankings today, Ant-Man considered a top 10 player, depending who you ask. And LaMelo, is he even on anybody's top 60 list? Can he even last 60 games in a season? The last 2 years combined, he's played just 58 total games, stuck in miserable Charlotte, proven to have some success year 2, made the play-in, the off-court social media stuff, laughing on the bench in street clothes. Edwards, the most exciting pure athlete under 25, many even unofficially crown him the next face of the NBA. Being miles ahead of LaMelo in every aspect of the game besides playmaking, no question, Ant-Man would have won Rookie of the Year if Ball didn't generate all that media hype, Edwards literally wasn't getting as much hype until his insane poster on Yuta Watanabe, given Minnesota being super terrible, won just 22 games, and LaMelo won 23 games in uniform. 4 years later, he's not even a top 3 player in the class. It's Edwards number 1, followed by Therese Halliburton, then Therese Maxey. Ant-Man looking to become a legit MVP candidate next season. Ball still stuck on a dysfunctional bottom shelf franchise, no leadership. The two couldn't have been on more different trajectories. Edwards surrounded by good vets like Mike Conley, Gobert. LaMelo already used to losing at this point. His development might get stunned, paid handsomely till 2029. If he's still in Charlotte then, could be too late to change his narrative as a high stats losing player on a bad team. No rookie award in any recent years. Have voters already make up their mind first month and a half into the season. While Ryan Saunders did not start Ant-Man his first 17 games, playing behind terrible guys like Jared Clover, Ed Davis, and Jake Layman, until Chris Finch was hired. His numbers went to 14 a game to all of a sudden massive leap of 23. Saunders alongside the media, most to blame for the lack of Edwards voting. Comparing the two's numbers outside the rookie year, Ant-Man played nearly 100 more games last 3 seasons. The more time goes by, the more often Charlotte and LaMelo's team continues to become least relevant. Many will only get more confused how Ball won the award in the first place over the guy having the strongest superstar comparison to a Michael Jordan in today's NBA. Let's hope LaMelo vs Ant-Man doesn't end up as lopsided as Tyreke Evans vs Steph Curry. Looking back, which one of these accurate Rookie of the Year winners aged the worst? For more unique controversial topics like these, subscribe for more knowledge. See y'all next video.